Hi Libra, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your Love and Romance reading for the months of August, September, and October. We are looking at a 3-month time span here, Libra, as an overarching reading for this time frame. Now I will be doing another love reading in the month of September that'll be more directive, based on what you're meant to do, not doing what you can look forward to regardless, based on the overarching energy of that month. But for this reading, it is a 3-month reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's go ahead and get started. And then Libra, I also have the life purpose, the monthly life purpose, money and career readings up on the Sloan Academy. There's a free 30-day trial. There's links below, and then after that, it's 99 cents a month. But I will be releasing here on the YouTube channel the 3-month overarching read for life purpose and career. Hopefully, I'll get those up in the next week for August, September, and October. Okay, so as the overarching theme, I'm drawing from the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reid. Let's go ahead and get the card drawn. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Love and romance. Virgo just got this. Details, details, Libra. Details, details. We have coming to life under the deck. I love this card. I always think of this card as like spring. You know, have you ever seen like a time-lapse video of spring and how the green just spreads and everything grows? It's so beautiful, and I always think of that when I see this card. And that's you, under the deck. And then we have the details, details. Now, as I said for Virgo, and Leo also had a number 7. This is number 43, which is 7. 7 is a very mystical number. And often with 7s, we have a lot of delays or seeming delays. But there are reasons for this, so do not despair, Libra. I talked a lot about the 7 energy, the seeming delays, on my weekly spiritual self-mastery, ego and heart classes that I do here on the YouTube channel. So the last 2 weeks, I talked quite a bit about it. So if you're interested, you can go back and listen to those. But let's just go ahead and get started with the other cards. So I'm doing a past, present, future spread today, Libra, as we look at this general reading for August, September, and October. I'm drawing from the Mary L. Tarot deck. It's a really beautiful deck. So during this particular time frame, Libra, there is quite a bit of hyper-focus on how things are going to work out. If you're partnered, you and your partner will be most likely having a lot of discussions as how things work. How is the partnership going to be more smooth? How can you make things work on a more detail-oriented level? I feel like, you know, if you're a partner, the overarching, well, let's get some additional cards, but usually the overarching experience is positive, but the details are being worked out to make it run even more smoothly. But let's get some additional cards. This wasn't future Libra. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, here we go, Libra. So in the past, we have the 4 of Cups. In the present, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. And in the future, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. 5 of Cups under the deck. Okay, so we have this idea of details, details. Things taking their time. Taking time to work out the minutia and to make sure that everything is as you want it, right? In the recent past, we have this 4 of Cups energy. So regardless of whether or not you're coupled or single, looking for love or not looking for love, there was kind of this feeling of, I don't know, is that what I want? Like, even if your partner wasn't like really floating your boat necessarily in the recent past, there may have been a period of time where either you or your partner towards you was kind of going through the motions. Like, yeah, you know, there wasn't a lot of passion necessarily, but there also wasn't a lot of drama. It was just kind of like, okay, you know, not a lot of inspired, possibly love-making or inspired activities. And if you're single and you're looking for love, you may have even felt like, I don't know, just busy right now. I don't want to deal, you know. But during this particular time frame, August, September, and October, Libra, you're more focused in on, if it makes sense too. If this was the recent past where you were kind of like nothing really being offered to you really got you going, now you're like, well, why, you may have been reflecting, self-reflection. Why is that? And during this time frame, you can begin to look at the details of that. Well, maybe my health needed to be taken care of. Maybe I was not feeling particularly vital. Maybe I was tired. Or, maybe I was in the wrong job and it was sucking all my energy and now I'm in a different position. Or, there could be, you're working at the details. Those kinds of details are at play here. And you're looking for greater clarity. And that would make sense because here nothing's really enticing you necessarily. And now you're like, okay, why is that? And how can I have more clarity about what it is I'm wanting in love partnerships or in loving relationships even? We have 2 4s. We do have this focus on stability, wanting something that has sustainability. In the present moment, we do have the 4 of Wands, which is actually really, really nice to see after kind of the apathetic kind of experience here with the 4 of Cups in the recent past. The 4 of Wands is a beautiful energy because it does show, and it goes nicely with that details card, that if you're partnered or you and your crush or whatever, you become closer through the details, through the planning, through the excitement and the anticipation of what something may be, planning the date, planning the vacation, planning the wedding. All of this brings you closer together, which is really, really nice. It's the details of it that create the fabric for something that's more sustainable here. And if you are single, you may meet someone through the planning of something, or even attending an event, or planning an event of some kind. So if you're invited to something, don't flake out. I say that because we have the Page of Wands as we go into October in the future position, and the Page of Wands is notorious for flakeouts. So something that may have seemed really great, make sure that you've got say you're planning a vacation, just make sure that you have, if there's a hurricane, you have another plan, so this kind of thing. Like with the Page of Wands, it's like you think something's, you think you got it all settled. It's all, yeah, we agreed on that, or we said we're going to do that, or this and that, and then someone's like, I can't do it. And again, it doesn't mean that it doesn't necessarily happen because someone is being mean or flaky. It just means that for whatever reason, it wasn't able to be finished in the way that you had thought. So make sure you're paying attention to the details and have, another, plan B in mind. If you are planning an event, say you're planning an event to go to the beach and again, it rains that day, it can be simple like that. Make sure you've got, another kind of thing in the back of your mind there. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, let's put it that way. But things are coming to life. You are coming to life. There's renewed energy here, which is really, really nice to see. And a lot of times, we have this 4 of Cups energy for a reason. It's to help us reflect and reconsider and figure out why it is that things aren't seemingly as exciting as they once were, or as enticing, or we're not as enthusiastic. You may have been working through some emotions there, or your partner was, or your crush. But that Page of Wands, again, it can be a little iffy. Like, it's like, is it, we had a date, and then for whatever reason, he or she had to cancel at the last minute, or you had to. And, if that is the case, make sure that you're really communicating nicely, because pay attention to the details here, because they may not have been able. This thing may get canceled or renegotiated, or having to be another time or place picked out. It's going to vary the degree of this, but again, the details. So make sure you're paying attention to the details and not just making assumptions that someone, doesn't want to be with you or this kind of thing. That's not necessarily the case. We have the 5 of Cups as well in the reverse under the deck. As I mentioned with the 4 of Cups, I feel like there's a lot of emotions you may have just been sorting through, and in the past, and then in the recent past, nothing was really exciting you, and it may be because you were working through your emotions. And the 5 of Cups in reverse, Libra, it's such not easy energy, but really beautiful in that you are incorporating why cycles of grief or loss or sorrow come through in your love life, and how you can work through them and learn from them, as opposed to just being, maudlin or overly sad about things that weren't necessarily that could have gone in a better way in terms of your desires. But sometimes we make a big deal out of them. But in this one, you're like, okay, yeah, that didn't work out, whatever it may have been, but I'm really learning from it, and I'm learning how I respond to rejection, or how I respond to not getting what I want, this kind of thing, or why these things come around again. And here we see you really learning those lessons and incorporating them, which is beautiful to see. Again, it's not always easy energy, but it's really, really beautiful, I feel, in the reverse, because you truly are making great strides to understand cycles of grief and loss in your life. And you're doing this in such a beautiful way, more and more through the details. Not getting caught up in the bigger picture, but in the planning. Right? This is so much about the planning for you, Libra. Okay. I'm going to get one more card for you, Libra, and I'm going to close out your reading. It's kind of a cut and dry reading. So I don't want to, there's nothing to go on too much about. Again, we have the 2 4s, which is about creating something that has legs, sustainability. And you do that through this idea of the planning. The details, getting greater clarity. As you work out the details, as you plan an event, or you're working on creating something for somebody, or attending something, even you plan the details of how you're going to get there, and where, this kind of thing. That is what's exciting, as opposed to the event itself. And this may be what the lesson is here too, at the Page of Wands in reverse. It's like the event itself might actually get canceled, but rather than focus in on all the sadness of that, you're like, okay, yeah, that didn't necessarily work out how I thought it would, but what a great experience I had in the planning. Even if I didn't get the seeming result that I wanted, maybe a person, but you were connected deeply to the present moment and the anticipation and the fun. And that's what creates more and more moments like that. Events get canceled, people flake out, but when you're more connected to the excitement of the moment of the planning, as opposed to the event is going to hold all of my hopes and dreams, that's an inevitable letdown. But when you're more connected to, this is really fun, I'm excited, I feel connected to doing whatever it is I'm doing in the moment, that creates more of those moments for you, Libra. Okay, I need one more card. Close out your reading. It better not be the fairies card again. Oh my god. It is the fairies card again. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, so this card has come up 3 times in a row. That's why I joked about it. You saw me shuffling the deck, and I shuffle in between readings too. So the fairies are playing with us right now, playing with me in particular, since this is the 3rd reading that this has come out for. So we have fairies and earth magic. There's a lot of mischief at play. Keep it light. Keep things, again, the mischievousness of things getting canceled and this kind of thing. And you think, oh, that was the worst thing that ever happened. And then it's like something even better happens. So keep yourself open, right? The details aren't about the outcome. Play in the details, play in the planning, play in all of that. It's not about what's to come. It's about the moment. This is where the play is. This is where the enjoyment is. This is where the flirting occurs, And get out in nature as well. Maybe have some crystals around you during this time frame. Maybe sleep with some under your pillow. Rose quartz is nice. Moonstone is nice. Amethyst, clear quartz. There's a lot, but I'll include a link here for the crystal videos that I have up. There's a lot of videos available on YouTube around crystals. So anyway, I hope you find that helpful, Libra. I wish you much love, and I'll see you on the next love reading in September. One of the life purpose and career readings here on the YouTube channel or over at the Sloan Academy. Again, there are links below. And or I'll see you at your private Reiki or Tarot appointment. Much love to you.